Right-wing conservatives pretend to care about morals, but it's all about money. A deeply disturbing article in the New York Times reveals how so-called values groups don't value the lives of real people. Instead, they deliberately seek out hot-button issues to cash in on. Terry Schilling, the president of the American Principles Project, explained to the New York Times the origin of recent political attacks on transgender Americans. His organization was searching for an emotionally charged topic to replace gay marriage, which has reached 70% approval rating. He said, quote, "We knew we needed to find an issue that the candidates were comfortable talking about, and we threw everything at the wall. Clearly, the American Principles Project has no principles. If it did, it would not be casting a wide net, desperately searching for potent cultural themes that would bring donations." The New York Times reported, quote, "The American Principles Project conducted polling to determine whether curbing transgender rights had resonance with voters, and if they did, the best way for candidates to talk about it. In 2019, the group's research found that voters were significantly more likely to support a Republican candidate who favored a ban on transgender girls participating in school sports. So I guess they wouldn't have taken up this issue if it had polled badly. But it polled well. So presto, just like that, the religious right found the rhetorical silver bullet to extract 30 pounds of silver from their dupe donors. Overnight, a lab-tested, completely manufactured transgender panic spread throughout America. More than 400 cruel and unnecessary anti-LGBTQ bills were introduced, mostly focusing on punishing transgender people and persecuting drag queens. At first, those who peddled these un-American actions hid behind protecting the children. Some bills sought to prevent transgender youth from accessing medical treatment recommended by medical associations. Other authoritarian bills limited parental rights and reduced free expression by falsely labeling drag shows obscene. Big Brother stepped in, particularly in Florida, threatening to fine businesses or deny gay pride permits where minors are present. Then the right's mendacious mask fell, exposing the pretense of protecting tykes as a Trojan horse. Right-wing lawmakers in red states like Missouri banned medically approved health care for transgender adults. A tiny, nearly invisible minority was suddenly under siege so soulless right-wing ideological entrepreneurs could make money off the backs of vulnerable drag queens and transgender people. The Times wrote about the results of the American Principle Project's polling and said, quote, "It has reinvigorated a network of conservative groups, increased fundraising, and set the agenda in school boards and state legislatures. The American Principles Project apparently thinks it's acceptable to degrade, demonize, and dehumanize real people because slick polling revealed them as money-making targets. Pathetic. The fact that these innocent Americans will be bullied, berated, and worse because of their contrived political assaults seems not to factor at all into their calculations. It's all good if it's bigotry you can bank on.